Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bishs RV with a quick tip for you when you're hooking up your sewer stuff. How do you know that you've got it all done right and you're not going to end up with a stinky situation on your hands? And that concludes your obligatory poo pun dad joke. So I'm out here freezing my little chicken fingers off today. I got chicken arms, so I figured chicken fingers just sounds appropriate and delicious. But this is something that's really handy. I don't care what kind of RV you have. Whether you have a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, a motorhome, this applies equally. Like, anytime you're getting ready to empty your black sewer holding tank, here's a handy little quick tip for you. Like, so whether you get to your campsite and you have on-site sewer, or you have like a tote tank or something like that, when you're getting ready to dump, you have stuff hooked up. How do you know it's all hooked up correctly so that you don't end up with a black tank dribble creating a little bit of a mess and a scene on your campsite? Well, a couple quick things you can do, obviously. Now, obviously, I'm just doing a quick setup here for demonstrational purposes, but I think you get the idea. Whether you have on-site sewer, you have a holding tank, or like you have a dump station, you kind of get the idea. But what I'm saying is, first step number one, you want to begin by just, before you pull any of those valves, do a visual inspection here. Because if you look at this, whether you were in a hurry or somebody else was helping you set up, it's always good before you pull the valve, visibly identify that that wasn't actually on there secure. Because what will happen is sometimes like this, people will grab down here and watch that little hole right there. You see how this sleeve can spin without actually spinning the collar, the coupler right here. So you need to make absolutely sure that you've got that coupler fully locked on there and fully engaged before you start putting, black tank weighted water through it. Now, I think a visual inspection kind of goes without saying, but again, kind of like this hose can spin without actually spinning the coupler sleeve, so making sure that you really have that locked on there, taking that extra time to visually check it, you ain't gonna regret it, that's for sure. You might regret not doing it though, trust me. Whew. So, after that though, we've inspected everything, we've got it hooked up. Here's a really quick, smart thing. Get some water in a gray tank, run some water down the shower, run some water in the bathroom or the kitchen sink or something like that. Whatever outlet, like some RVs have more than one outlet, whatever outlet is shared with a black tank outlet, and real quick, pull the gray valve and then close it back up. Pull it open for a second and then close it. Let some of that water go out. And then again, visually inspect your setup to see if you have any kind of drips and dribblage anywhere, to see if there's any sort of connections that need attending to. Or maybe you have a damaged little bayonet sleeve, as these are called right here. Maybe you've got a problem there. But that little thing, pulling the gray tank open for just a second and then closing it before you go whole hog, emptying the sewer tank all over the place, it's that one simple, extra, easy little thing that costs you nothing. It just takes a second, and man, it really might save you from having here's pun number 2, crappy afternoon. Now, if you really want to take this up kind of to the next level and give yourself a little more information and peace of mind when you're doing your sewer tank stuff, go get you one of these guys right here. A little 45-degree, clear view bend little coupler that you add onto this, and what you're actually going to do is hook it up here directly onto the trailer and pretty much leave it there. You're going to make that your first link of the chain. Because assuming you took the little packaging tag off of it, you now have a window into what is happening before everything gets down into the tube. So, if for some reason you have a trickle leak, a drain, if you're smelling something funny around the campsite, you could see if maybe somebody or one of the kids or neighbor kid or something like that, somebody running unattended through the campground. I think anyone who's camped for a while has seen one of those unattended individuals cruising around the campground with little hands that touch things that don't belong to them. Not that I'm bitter about that or anything. It's not that it's happened to me twice. But anyway, these are the lessons that you learn when you go camping. Hopefully you can avoid the kind of situation that I had to run into one time. But you can see in here, you can see whether there's a little trickle leak coming from your gate valves. You can see when you are emptying, when you have, say, like a black tank flush, or if you're just running water down the toilet and doing like a bucket flush kind of method, as it were. You can see if you have As they would say at a lower GI specialist, for anyone that's had a scope done, a clear result. I'm not going to get into why I know that terminology. No, thank you. So if you found this little tip handy today, leave us a little note, a little comment. It says, hey, thanks. Hit that like button. And this is the kind of thing, please feel free to share this through any of your social media groups. Help spread that knowledge. You know, I've always felt that camping is a community. I feel that we share a metaphorical campfire, as it were. And the more that we knowledge share amongst our little community and our little village, the better off we're all going to be, you know, individually and together, you know, as both individual campers and a camping community. And if you need, you know, any of these kind of pieces or parts or anything like that, visit any of our facilities. We can certainly take care of you. Any other questions you have, leave me a comment, and I'll do my best to either fill in the blanks or, who knows, maybe make a whole separate video on that too. So until then, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here at Bishs RV. Almost said hey, let's